All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live after 5 a.m. I have a very boisterous class here in period 4. Everybody is excited to get going and do some sliders today. You guys care if I start? Guys in the back, are we good? Hello? Are we good? All right, so what I'm going to do here is go down to my first slider, slider red. It has something called slider red position changed. As soon as you take that slider and begin to slide it, you need to start changing the numbers. Are you with me? So those numbers are going to change. Now, we created a variable, did we not? Let's go back to our variables list. Did I create a variable in here? Did I create the variables? Yeah, there they are right there. So I don't need this. Okay, so if you guys see these variables, I have a red, green, and blue variable right here. And I initialized it as, if you don't know how to do that, I'll show you one more time how to create a variable. You go to your variables box, initialize global name. You click on the name, and I'm going to call this my red value. Notice that I always give it a capital V. I do that for readability, so you can read it. And then I go to my math box, and I get a 0, and I initialize that at a 0. I could also, let's say this was like name of player name. I could initialize their name right here to Mario. Okay, I could do that. And now this red value is going to be a name, no longer a number. But I don't want it to be a number, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I want it to be a number, okay? Does that make sense? You can copy and paste this, create the green value and the blue value. Okay? So now, when I take my slider and start to move it, this variable gets set. So you're going to set the red value to be this thumb position changed. Okay? So every time they move on this slider, right, they're going to drag this slider and get a number. You want to record what that number is, and a variable allows you to remember that. Okay? Anytime you need to remember something, you need a variable to remember it. Let's say you're doing a math equation with x, y, and z in it. Create an x variable, a y variable, and z variable, and you put it in the equation. You remember it. Okay? Let's say you're doing the number of lives in a Mario game. You need to have a lives variable. You have a score variable, right? Maybe you have player name. Whatever you want to remember, you create a variable for. I want to remember, don't we want to remember these values? Yeah. So, I know this from experience. You guys probably won't know this, but let me show you this. On a slider, they're going to come out with decimals. We don't want decimals in RGBs. So you're going to go to your math box and get a round. So it rounds it off. Okay? Rounding. It's like if it's less than 0.5, it'll round it down. If it's more than 0.5, it'll round it up. You always have an integer value. Who understands that? Okay? And now, yesterday we put in these text boxes in here, right? And we want it to be a number only. So now I want to display my color value into my text box. So I'm going to go down to my text box. And I want to set the text to be this red value. So go back to, actually you can just go, variables, get the red value. Okay? And now we're ready to make our color, right? So you go back to your canvas, just like we did earlier. and we're going to set the paint color to be my color. So go back up to colors. Remember, we made that color. We don't want 255 and 00 in there because that is what color is 25500? Anybody know? What's 25500? Anybody know? All red. Yep, red, green, blue. So if you have all red in there, you're going to have red. All right? And you're going to have no green and no blue. So we want this to be our variables that we created. So right here, you're just going to go, this is the red value, copy and paste that. This is the green value, copy and paste that. And this is the blue value. Okay, now, do you remember we had this little pink box back here called VA color sliders? You guys remember that box? We want to show the color so they get to pick that. We want to show that color there so that when they're sliding, they can see what color they have. And you slide it until you get the color you want, and then you paint with it. Are you with me on that? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to this VA color sliders background color, and I'm just going to grab all this and say, hey, that color that you're making, show it in the box. Okay? You with me? Okay, so that's how you make the red color. And now watch this. Everybody watch, because this is going to go real quick here. The green and blue slider are really a lot alike. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this, duplicate it. Could someone shut that door for us? This is going to be SLD green. This goes to the green value. This goes to TXB green. This goes to the green value, and you're done. So just a bunch of clicks there, changing this so it's all set up for green, copy and paste it again, and then come down here and set it up for the blue one. By the way, do you guys see that red X? That's saying, we have a problem. You have a duplicate. So we know we have a duplicate because I did it on purpose, right? And now I'm going to make this SLD blue. And then once again, change this all to be the blue value. Global, blue value, TXB blue. This is going to go to the blue value. And then it's going to set up all these colors for us, and we're done. Okay? That is how you do the sliders. How do you do the text boxes? The text boxes are very similar to that. You're going to go down to loss focus. Loss focus is like when you put your cursor in there and then you go to another box. After you go to another box, then it's going to set it. That's got focus and loss focus. Okay? It's in your canvas or your VA sliders. So I want to basically do this same thing over again. I'm going to duplicate this. I want the red value here. But this time I'm not getting it from the slider, I'm getting it from the text box. So whatever your text box is, the text that you type into the text box, that's what I want the red value to be. Okay? And then if you guys remembered yesterday, let's see if I still have my GIMP open. So when we opened up GIMP, yesterday, when you typed in a number into the text box, the slider would move. I don't know if we have all those capabilities, but we're going to try to do it. It's not working perfectly, I can tell you that right now. But like when you double click on this number, Okay, if I would type in 200 here, okay, that's 20000. That's that color there. Almost looks like Fairfield color. And let's put 150 in here. Okay, so you see how that color changes and the slider slides? And then I can do all this. You with me? And all that stuff works. We could build all that too if we wanted to, but we're not. So what I want to do here is set my slider red thumb position to be the red value. And that's all you got to do there. And then if you want to copy and paste all this, you can. You can copy and paste all this so that it does all that again, right? You can set the paint color in the back. Yeah, that's text. And then once again, I can duplicate this, right? Can I duplicate this and be the text box for green? This is no longer the red value. This is the green value. This is the text box for the green. Okay. I don't understand why there's so much talking in the back. Are you guys talking about the app, or are you just talking, or what are you doing? Yeah, I put that color in the vertical arrangement so you could see the color inside the vertical arrangement. Okay. And then I can copy and paste this for the blue box. That's blue. This is going to go to blue. This is TXB blue. Oh, by the way, this one's got to go to SLD green, right? This one's got to go to SLD green. This has got to go to blue. SLD blue. Okay. Make sure everything's set up. By the way, this is not green. This has got to be green value here. Okay. You got to make sure all these coordinate together. Green, 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 green. Down here, blue, 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 and blue. Okay. What? Where? Where? This? Make color? Colors are in your color box. Make color. VA color slides. In here, do you guys see this VA colors? I can color. I'm going to color it orange, right? See the orange box now? That's what all three sliders are sitting in. And I did that on purpose so that when they slide the sliders, you can see the paint color before you choose it. You don't want to go to Lowe's and just say, hey, give me some random color so I can paint my bathroom. You want to see all the color swatches. Okay? So it's important that you show them what color they're on. Okay, so I'm going to print these blocks off. If you need them, you can go get them. That's it. That's the end of this app. All right. So if you missed, please go back and check out these videos. 15 minutes. 15 minutes can save you 15% on, no, I'm joking. 15 minutes can save you a lot of work on your homework. Are you with me?